In this section of the video, I'm going to show you how to change colors seamlessly in Corner to Corner Crochet. This is a really helpful tool for learning how to make a graphigan, which is like a design that either you can design or you can use someone else's design, like built on a graph. You can draw really anything you want to on a graph, and then you can work it out in crochet, because these just make tiny little squares here. So you can just treat each square like a square on a piece of graph paper, and then you can create basically any design you want. So that's one of the really cool things about Corner to Corner Crochet. So I'm going to teach you how to change colors, just so that you know how to do that if you want to. Okay, so I'm just going to work the fourth row of Corner to Corner of this project. So just like in regular corner to corner, you're going to start by chaining 6. So let's do that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I'm going to do a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook and into the 5th chain, and then into the 6th chain there. Okay, so on this row I'm going to choose to work 2 rows of beige, 1 row of pink, and 1 more row of beige here on the end. This is totally versatile. You can change colors whenever you want, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you a change right in the middle of the row. Okay, so there's my first square. I'm going to slip stitch that to the chain 3 from the previous square. And then I'm going to chain 3 because I'm making 2 beige squares to start off with. Then I'm going to put a double crochet here into the chain 3 space. I'm going to do another one of those. And then on my 3rd double crochet that is supposed to go into this space, that's where things are going to change a little bit. So we're still going to yarn over in beige. Draw up a loop here, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, but then stop right before you finish off your last stitch. So you should have 2 loops of beige left on your hook, but this is where we're going to pull in the pink. So instead of yarning over in beige like you would normally do, you're going to yarn over in pink. Okay? So this is a little tricky as far as tension goes. It takes like a little bit of practice to kind of learn how to pull everything together. So you've yarned over in pink right there. Okay, and you're just going to pull this pink through the last 2 loops on your hook. So you can see that is kind of loosey-goosey. If you just pull the working yarn from the beige, that'll tighten that up a little bit, and then you can pull down the pink. That'll tighten that, pull. You kind of just fiddle around with it until it's tighter. Okay, and then we're going to slip stitch into the chain 3 of this next square right here. Okay, and this time, again, we're going to grab the pink yarn instead of the beige yarn. So it does get easier as you go along to keep all your threads and everything all not tangled in the back. Okay, so there I've just slip stitched in the pink yarn. Okay, so you can choose in Corner to Corner Crochet to make spools of each color. So that means like a little ball of yarn for each color that you choose. And you can put it, you can place these spools throughout your project so that you're not carrying yarn through the back. So say I would have a spool over here for brown, and then a spool for pink, and then another spool for brown, so that I wouldn't have to carry the brown through the pink space. However, I prefer just carrying it through, especially if it's just 2 different colors in the project. If you get more complicated by using like 5 or 6 colors, it is definitely a good idea to do spools, but with just 1, it's fine to carry it through. So to do that, we're just going to start our first pink square by chaining 3. And then we're going to yarn over. Okay, so then we're going to show you how to carry through that beige to the next square. So you've yarned over in pink, you're going to put it through the chain 3 space there, but then you're going to pull the working yarn of the beige up behind your project, and you're going to wrap your hook around that. You're going to wrap your hook around both this chain 3 and this beige yarn here. So here's my working yarn from the beige, here's my chain 3, and I've yarned over in the pink over here. So I'm going to pull the pink through and under both of those. So now you can see I've hooked up back here the working yarn, and I've hooked under the chain 3. So once again, same thing with the tension thing, it gets way more natural as you go along. Okay, so then I'm going to yarn over, finish my first double crochet in the pink, yarn over to start my second one. Again, wrapping through the chain and this tail here. Okay, and on to my third, and I'm stopping right at the end again because I'm changing back to beige. I'm just going to drop the pink down. I'm going to grab the beige again, and it's going to be right here. Let's just focus on that for a second. It's going to be over here instead of over here because you've carried it through with you through your stitches, which is going to be really helpful as you get to spaces of longer color stretches, if that makes sense. Okay, so you're just going to yarn over in the beige and pull through the last 2 loops of the pink there. Okay, and now you're ready to start your final square in beige for this row. So let's just slip stitch, and you just give a little pink a tug just to tighten that up a little bit, and that'll help. Okay, and chaining 3 to finish our final beige square. 3 and 3 double crochets into that space there. Okay, so there is your first row where you have successfully changed colors. You've got 2 beige, a pink, and a beige. You've successfully, you can't really tell that you've carried the yarn through it all unless you look on the back, and even the back is going to be a lot cleaner because you've carried this yarn through. So see, there's that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the 5th row, and I'm going to show you just one more time so that we can have some more practice on how to do this. Okay, so let's chain 6 to start our first beige square. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and we'll put the double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's our first beige square. We're just going to slip stitch that into the top of the next square. Okay, so on this row, let's do 2 beige and 2 pink and then a beige. Okay, so chain 3 to start our second beige square. Then you do the 2 double crochets as regular, and remember to just switch up that final 3rd double crochet. There's that. Here's our 3rd double crochet just one more time. I'm going to show you slowly. So you're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, okay, and then you are going to grab the pink yarn instead of the beige yarn. So you're going to pull that beige yarn to the back, actually, because this now, since we've flipped it over, this is the back of the project. So you want all your little tails to end up on the back of your project. Okay, so let's just pull up the pink loop here. I'm going to pull through those 2 to tighten this up a little bit so that you can have the right tension when you switch to the front again. Okay, and now we're in pink, so we're going to slip stitch into this top and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then if you want to carry that yarn through, this is where we do that. Here, we're going to yarn over. You're going to go here and like grab this little tail here and push your hook through the chain 3 of the pink. Oops. Okay, let's do that again. Pull up a loop there, and then you can see that your beige yarn is hooked through with this. Okay, so let's do the double crochets here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we're going to do a second square in pink. So slip stitch here, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and yarn over. You're going to grab the beige, pull it up here so we can pull it through, hook around the beige working yarn and the chain 3, and do your first double crochet of the second pink square. And then we're going to do the second one here, and then we're going to do the third, but again, remember, since our final square is going to be in beige, we need to just yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull the